Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Fine? Okay, that's good. What did you have on breakfast? What did you eat? Answer, please, in chat. What did you eat? Cereal? Yogurt? Milk? Delicious. Coffee? Toast? Marraqueta? And cheese? Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, today we are going to continue our activity about strange jobs. Remember last class, last session of Zoom, we had strange jobs. Strange jobs about food, right? Remember? Very good. So we did page 32. We had to answer true or false about the text. Strange jobs. Are you feeling hungry? We did about the text. And we are going to continue on page 33. Please, everybody, go on page 33. Get ready, page 33. But before that, I'm going to explain some basic concepts about simple present. Okay, remember, simple present we use when we want to explain routines, habits, permanent states, and feelings, right? For example, permanent states, I live in La Paz. I live in La Paz, Bolivia, right? It's a permanent state. Feelings, we can say, I love my family, I love my girlfriend, my boyfriend, etc. What about routines? Routines, I get up at 6 o'clock. Yes. We have classes on Mondays. Okay. Routines. Habits, I listen to music. We listen to music. We watch TV. Okay, we use simple present to those functions that I explained. Remember, routines, habits, permanent state, feelings. Those four important rules to follow when we want to explain, when we want to express with simple present. We have simple present in this unit, in this text, as I said, and we are going to use a lot. I'm going to explain a little in order to reinforce your knowledge. So I'm going to explain. Here I have. So we have simple present tense. With the simple present tense, we have what is this? But I put, and we have simple present tense. We have that. The positive form, the formation of simple present tense is with the verb start. For example, with he, she, it, we have to add an s. Never forget that. The rest, we don't use s. I, you, start. Okay, be careful with that. Then we have the negative form, the formation. Could be does not or doesn't. Could be don't or do not. Generally, we use doesn't, don't because it's a oral production that we have. Generally, we use contractions in the street or when it's oral. When it's formal, we use no contractions. Start, a negative, disappears the S. Very fast question forms, we use two auxiliaries, does for he, she, it, and do for the rest, I, you, they. And, of course, plus a verb in base form. In this case, start. I have this explanation. Then we have another one. It is the question forms of this web page. Question with do or does. Remember, we have with the first what we learn is yes no questions. with do and does. Remember, I explained last class this and I will repeat again. I did this in some classes, I remember. Then there's no problem, I can repeat. Do we use it in I, you, we, they? Remember that, and does in he, she, it. We use do or does to make questions in the simple present tense. Okay, simple present tense. Plus a verb. Go, one, like. Could be eat, stay, study, read. But we use go, one, like. Affirmative. How to form? Affirmative. I speak English. Sorry, you speak English. The question form of the same idea is, do you speak English? Don't forget capital letters at the beginning and the question mark at the end of the sentence. Affirmative with third person, he speaks English. Look at the S at the end of the verb. Speaks. Question. Does he speak English? The S disappeared. Let's read this chart. The base form of the infinitive, we don't use to. Cuidado, vayan a usar to. No se usa to. Directo. What do you go? Where do you go? For example. Do you like it? No es do you to like. No. Do you like it? Look, third person of verbs lose the final S in questions. La S dice que desaparece en preguntas. La S se mantiene solamente en afirmativa. Be careful with that, please. It's a very important rule in English. When we express simple present, affirmative, we use as routines. He gets up at 6 o'clock. She takes a shower. She reads a book, etc. Be careful with that. That's the explanation of do and does in English, simple present tense. Questions, don't forget that. Of course, when we form questions, we have the WH questions or information question. It's only at the beginning of the sentence: what, when, where, who, why, etc. Then do or does. Then the subject, then the verb, the complement, and the question mark. Where do you go? Where do you go? ¿Dónde vas? Where do you go? Very important, please, when we express questions in simple present tense. Any questions? Okay, so let's continue with our activity on page 33. So in page 33, do you have the book on page 33? We need that, please. Let's go on instruction number 3. Find 2 facts and 2 opinions in the article. Find 2 facts and opinions in the article. So we have the same book. Okay, I have number 3. Find 2 facts and 2 opinions in the article. Write them in your notebook. So I mean, what article? The article about page 32. You have to write and you have to complete. If you don't have space, write them in your notebook. But if you have space, you can do in the same book. You can do in the same book if you have here after number 3. Dos hechos y dos opiniones. Number 4. Read the email and number the sections. You have to read the email. this email. Okay, you have to read and number the sections. Closing. What is closing? Clausura. Regards. Best. Sincerely. This is number one. And you have the charts, the squares here. You have to add the numbers. 1, 2, 3. What is the closing? What is the greeting? What's the body of the message? Those are the characteristics of one email. Greeting. We use dear, the person's name, and a comma. Dear Janet. Complete that, please. Which I see is it's not complicated. It's quite simple. And number 5. You have to produce. Write an email about an imaginary job you have. Explain. You have to. This is an imaginary job you have. Teacher, es que no trabajo. No, ahora tienes que utilizar tu imaginación para escribir un email. What do you do with these characteristics? What do you do? What do you like? ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué te gusta? ¿Qué no te gusta? What you don't like? What are you doing now? And you explain what are you doing now. Similar with the model of the email in the tablet. The vocabulary they use in the activity is quite simple. The glossary we have at the end of the page. Grub. What is grub? A baby insect like a worm. What is stunt? The stunt we have in the previous activity, we have what is a dangerous action done by someone in a film. What is challenge? A difficult action to test someone's ability. What is refuse? There's the concept of refuse, to say, not to do something. Okay, so you have to complete this, you have to present it, and I will check until next week, okay? So if you don't have more questions, we can say goodbye for this week. If you have questions, let me know in the section of chats. I will read them. I'm going to ask. But I don't think it is not difficult, right? So I think you are going to complete this without problems. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe the school's channel at the end here, and give thumbs up to my article here, to my class. So see you next class. Okay, bye.